What's going on, peeps? It's Wrath here, hanging out today playing some Idle Heroes. Today we're on the Big Daddy account because we have new events, and I'm going to talk about them because that's what I do every week with new events. I talk about them. I use my words to say things. Before we use words, two things to note. A, level 200. Boom, we're amazing. B, red border. We made number 2 in Guild Wars. Boom, amazing. No thanks to me, but I was in the team, so I get the border, and it all works out. And 3, we have over 1 billion gold. Just big things that happened today that made me happy. Well, not today, but last week. Made me happy inside. So there's that. But today's events. Now, I've already heard a lot of people whining, everything's not free. Well, duh. It never is. There's no week at all in Idle Heroes where everything's free. The closest you get is item exchange events. I hate to, that's the closest you're going to get to free. And this one's kind of an item exchange event, but also kind of not, so it's a little different. But anyways, we'll check things out here. We'll look through some stuff. We'll start things out with the value pack here just because I always get at least one question, like, is it worth it? And if it's worth it is obviously comparable to, you know, whatever you think it's worth. No one can tell you it's worth your money but you. But in terms of it being, you know, valued compared to value packages, for $50 you get 2,500 gems. This is actually completely on point with what you normally get for $50. However, the orbs are not. If you go into the value packages, if you guys don't know, the value of your dollar to orb ratio actually decreases the higher you spend. So if you buy this pack, your dollar to orb ratio is actually lower than if you bought this pack. The $10 pack here has the highest orb to dollar ratio. I'm like 62.5% sure. I'm 100% sure on that. If you don't believe me, just math it, okay? If you bought 3 of these packages to make this, you've got 9 orbs, but you only get 8 orbs for buying a $30 package. If you bought 7 of these, if you could buy 7 of these, you'd have 21 orbs. That's only 17. If you could buy 10 of these, that would be 30 orbs. That's 25. So your dollar to orb ratio is actually the best on this $10 deal. And if you guys don't know, up here, this is actually the exact same offer you get. You're actually getting that best dollar to orb ratio possible for $50. You're getting essentially like you bought 5 of these. So you got the most of those, which is nice. On top of that, you get Oberon skin. Oberon got a little bit of a buff. We'll talk about that actually pretty quick, so it's actually a pretty exciting buff. Hopefully it makes him a little better. Woo! Look, he's got a little... Now, I'm not going to say things, but that little bird looks an awful lot like a coral bird off Monster Hunter World. Except for it's blue and it's not red, so I'm not going to say nothing. And he also looks a little bit like he's dressed out in Legiana's bits, but hey, I'm not here to... Hey, whatever. New skin. But also you get 35 lilies. Again, you jump back over here for lilies. $100 gets you 40. That's a lot. A lot of dollars for 40. This is half that cost and you only get 5 less lilies. So it's actually one of the better dollar for dollar purchases that's available this week. So if you're thinking about spending, this is probably one of the safer bets to spend on. With that said, let's move on. Actually, before we go jumping into this stuff, let's talk about Oberon, because Oberon got changed. I think it's a pretty solid change for him, like quite a bit actually. But there's still one thing I think they missed that would have made him better for like the end game. Anyways, they changed a couple of things. One, they adjusted his base speed. He is now 1188 speed, which puts him on exact par with things like Michelle, 1188, and I believe Dark Arthidal is also 1188. So he is now tied for speed with these units, which means if you build him for speed, there's a 50-50 chance that either of them will go first, which is actually kind of a big deal. It keeps him from getting crowd controlled, which is a nice thing. On top of that, 2 other things. He got changed in his passive skill. So I guess not 2 other things, but kind of 2 other things. His passive 3 was reworked. Well, not really reworked. It just changed. Now when he twines a foe, he gains 180% of his attack as HP. It was 150 before, so he got a little bit of a heal buff there. But the poison dot doubled. It used to be 100% of his attack as damage. Now it's 200%. So he got double the damage over time, which doesn't matter against bosses and stuff because he will never twine a boss. And the one thing that they could have done that I would say would have changed this and made it more in-the-game viable is simply change it from twined to seeded. As long as he seeded people, that he would gain these buffs, because that would allow him to, he can still seed somebody with crowd control immunity, but he can't twine them. So if you seed a Michelle, effectively you get nothing out of it. If you seed an Aspen that's got a couple bits of, crowd control immunity on and you don't get to twine, he doesn't get any of his buffs. So if you wanted to make him more in-game viable, I would say seeded would be a far better boost, and also it would allow him to work a little bit in PvE as well if you wanted to. So that's kind of how I would have changed him. but this will still make him better than he currently is for sure. It's a buff. Buffs usually don't make things worse. So with that out of the way, the old Oberon got a little bit of a buff. Let's talk about some other stuff. So we've got our Easter egg here with a Lutz face on it. You can smack it with a hammer. Boop, boop, boop. Very gentle hammer tapping. It's like, ah. Tickle, tickle, tickle. But anyways, you smash them all the way. Can you hold it? Of course you can't. That would be too handy. Maybe I just did it wrong? No. Oh, we can just smash them. Oh, great. Go, 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 go. Go, go, Power Rangers. Dead. Suck it, nerd. And here's what you're going to get. These two things are guaranteed. With this thing here is going to be randomized. If you guys don't know, you can just check up here and you can see. A quarter of the time you get an orb, which is fantastic. 40% of the time you get 25-star shards, and 35% of the time you get 5 skin shards. With skins being used for legendary upgrades, I believe they should be a little bit more liberal with skin giving outing, because it takes like 30 skins to upgrade a skin to legendary. There's not enough ways to get skins. Like if you go through Celestial Island, you might get like a skin a month. And if you go through the Fighters Champion thing, you get like 1 skin a month. That's 2 skins a month. It takes 15 months to upgrade 1 skin. So they definitely need a way to get skins a little bit more readily. I don't care if you throw skin shards into the Brave Trial shop. For the love of God, make a Celestial Island shop where you can buy skin shards with your leftover crap. I mean, seriously. Seriously. I've got 15,000 of these things. I don't even smash the islands anymore. All I do is I go up here to this guy. I go like boop. I go like boop. I go like boop. I go like boop. 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 And that's what I do. And I still kill them all the way to death. But I get some orange artifacts and stuff out of it. I still get a couple of these. But you have nothing to use these on. Like, I mean, I could upgrade things. I don't need to. I can already beat the entire island, no sweat. Add a freaking shop. Add a shop that I can buy skin shards with, so there's more than 2 ways in the game to get skins. That's just rant. Rant over. Going back. However, the good thing about this is it is free. 100% free to play. You can slap this little egg as many times as you get hammers in your campaign loot, and you get free stuff. Essentially, you're getting free gems, free gold, and potential free orbs, shards, and skin shards. It's free. There you go. You've got something for free, peeps. Something is free. Now you've got the Easter Prey. This is a bit different. Don't tell me to click on crap. I've already clicked on crap. I've already clicked on all the crap just to show you some stuffs. So first up, we've got skins. If you're a free-to-play player, you can, believe it or not, complete a profitable event for free. It's possible to do. You just got to really push yourself, and you got to make sure you're doing everything right. You can't make mistakes, and you got to have a little bit of luck when it comes to your 7-star tavern quests. Okay? But it can be done. It's not impossible. People tell me it's not possible. You're wrong. It can be done. But anyways, knocking this sucker out will get you, I believe, 50 of these little lilies, which is exactly enough to buy a skin. Now, if you're a dirty spender like myself, you can double complete so you can get 2 skins. If you go over here, we have heroes. If you guys don't know, you can check out what the rewards are right here, just like so. This is the skins you can get. They're mainly event skins. I think they're all event skins. So they are worth 5 skin points and upgrades. Woo! With that said, the heroes, you can also get heroes, and they are all pretty good heroes. I would say the least useful would be things like Cthulhu probably out of this, and Oberon right now for the in-game peeps is not very useful. I still like my Obi, I'm not going to lie about things. But anyways, a lot of good heroes here. Light and dark heroes available. My first run, I got Ada put on there, which is hot, so I don't know if the regular faction heroes cost less. They might. I didn't check it because I'm lazy. I don't want to refresh it now because the first one I did, I got Ada. I don't want to refresh around and see if the other ones are cheaper. They might be. If they're not, whatever. 2 completions will get you a hero, and you can do it twice. You have to spend money, of course, to do that, but it's something. With things like Ada on the line, not a bad deal. And then lastly, you have the artifacts. Now, the artifacts I do know come in 2 different costs. I believe the weaker artifacts, boop, things like these down here, the Withered Armor, the Warhammer of Hopelessness, all this stuff, these are like 130 lilies each, I believe. So again, they're not free, and I wouldn't recommend if you're going, unless you have to, which you don't have to, so don't do it. I would only do this if you're aiming for something up here. Candy Cane, Demon Bell, Antlers Cane, Punisher Staff, Magic Stone Sword, Magic Stone Sword, Magic Stone Sword, Magic Stone Sword. Such a freaking good artifact. Absolutely phenomenal. It's worth picking up if you can get your hands on it. But they're expensive. And now here's the thing, people said, oh, well, that's dumb. Your artifact costs like $200. Welcome to the item exchange event. I don't know if you guys have been missing for the last couple of years, but that's how it always is. When the artifact launches in the item exchange event, you don't just get it for free. You have to spend money to get it out of there. At least in this event, you get a choice in which one you're going to take. So I would say this is better than your normal average item exchange event personally. Yes, it caters to spenders, but they always cater to spenders. If you really honestly expect as a free-to-play player to get something like the top-tier artifacts in the game for free, you're delusional. Mobile games don't do that. They make you spend money to get things. That's how they make money. So, I mean, just, you know, don't be that guy who's like, I can't get everything that's the best in the game for free. Well, no, of course you can't. That's not how it works. It's never worked that way. But there we go. I'm actually pretty excited about it because, like I said, I am a dirty spender, so I can definitely target things that I want to get, which is nice. If you're free to play, you're pretty much tied to getting a skin. There's really no way around that. You'll have to spend money to get a light hero. Like I said, I don't know if the other heroes are cheaper. I don't know. I don't know about it. But whatevs. Okay, if you're free to play, you can also stash items. You know, that does happen. You can stash items back. I haven't spent anything on this account in ages other than the monthly card, and I'm sitting on 1,400 scrolls, nearly 300 orbs, because I just haven't spent them in the last few events. I don't need to. This account's old enough that I'm not really trying to make progress every time the event comes around, so I can be a little patient with my resources. And if you're free to play and you've been playing for a really long time, you can do the same thing. So a free-to-play player can potentially do a quadruple completion on the orb event. It's not impossible. It just takes a lot of time. With that said, let's move on down, get out of this money-spending stuffs, and down to the orb events. What are the rewards? Obviously, 50 lilies. We already talked about that. But as usual, this is why I always tell people to focus on the orb event. Focus on the orb event. One, it's a great event. You can target a faction to get loot in, but with that aside, it actually gives you 5-star heroes all the way down the loot pool. Whereas for heroic summons, you only get one 5-star hero, and it's the event 5-star hero. That's all you get. Other than you get some orbs and stuff too. So I mean, they're both good things to complete, but if you're looking for just raw heroes, you can't beat profit orbs. They're going to give you not only heroes from the orbs and then from the branches for replacements for better heroes, you also get them just straight up as rewards. Plus, you get these light and dark heroes here at 40 and 50 points respectively, which every single free-to-play player should be able to hit 50 orbs every single event, no questions asked, which means if you can hit 50, you can hit 60. Why is that? Because if you can hit 50, you should be able to complete the heroic miracle and get 10 more. Boop, it's thing. There you go. With that said, the top Big Daddy rewards here, Heart Watcher and King Barton. Heart Watcher, essential for every PvE team. If you want to drop the biggest damage in PvE, you've got to have one of these ladies. She's a lot of people, like, I get, you know, newer players comment, like, my Heart Watcher doesn't do a lot of damage. Is mine wrong? No, Heart Watcher is not meant to do a lot of damage. What she does is she makes sure everybody else in your team hits way harder. She's a support unit. She's not really a damage dealer, so if your Heart Watcher's not hitting big numbers, that's how it's supposed to be. But she does make your other heroes hit bigger numbers, and that's why she's good. With that said, moving down, we have King Barton. Everybody knows about King Barton by now, unless you're like really, really new. He's solid on new servers for PvP still. On really old servers, like if the Tyrannosaurus was still walking around when your server was made, you probably don't need King Barton too much for PvP anymore because you're probably into the high-end GVE stuff. But for a lot of servers, still a very solid PvP unit. Works great in the Tower of Oblivion, also works great in the Sea Land, and even a pretty viable Aspen hero at E3. Actually, he's pretty nasty at it. Not really great against healers, but he does a lot of work against everything else. With that said, that's pretty much the orb event. Covered and done. Then we got the miracle event. Breathe wrath with your mouth hole. We're good. The heroic miracle event. For completing the entire event, you get a Valkyrie. If you don't know who Valkyrie is, either you're incredibly new or you have not paid attention since Valkyrie launched. Very solid, very versatile unit. Good in PvE, good in PvP. Works about everywhere pretty well. Not a bad first build. Actually, probably one of the best heroes you can build as your first hero on any account, just because she is so versatile, and at E3 she can carry you through a lot of content. Not a bad dude. Lady dude. Thing. It's thing. All right, moving down. As always, same rewards here. Nothing's changed. You get, if you do your dark and light 5 stars, the hardest ones to do. Obviously, everything else is pretty easy if you do chain your progress through events and don't pull heroes out of your bag all the time. This isn't too bad to do. 10 orbs, a total of 24 heroic scrolls, plus all the little bitty gears that you can put on your heroes, make them a little bit stronger. Or if you're a later game player, you can fuse them up. I don't do it very often, honestly. I sell everything that's not at least orange 1-star, and like once a year, I just fuse all my gear up into like 5-star sets and 6-star sets. That's how I do things. But anyways, that's the events pretty much hammered out. It's nice. Ooh, we got something. Oh, we killed the boss. Duh. Ooh, we got a skin. Oh, would you look at that? Oh, give me. It's Walter. Give me. Do I have Walter's skin already? Check. That's the wrong button. It's up here. B. I do now. Ooh. Oh, skins. I feel so mad at myself because I used to take all my skins and disassemble them when I got duplicates. And then they're like, oh, hey, Wrath, now you can fuse up your skins to be better skins. And I'm like, thanks, game. Thanks for telling me that 6 months ago when I disassembled my 50,000th Mirage skin. But what are you going to do? What are you going to do about things? With that said, I mean, we could go through and do like, I don't know, a little bit of heroic miracle action. We could. I'm going to leave all of these. I'm going to leave all my 5-star shards just because I want to open them all up at once. I'm not going to open those till after I drop these suckers because I'm going to have like a trillion bajillion of those, hopefully, if things go right. I'm going to do Orb event this week, I think. I mean, I don't need King Barton. I don't really need Heart Watchers either, to be honest. But I need food. I haven't been able to make anything in this account for ages. I've got some food, but just not enough to make a 9-star, so I'm just like a hair away from being able to make any kind of real upgrades to my team, which is kind of annoying, in a couple different areas. So I might do like a split Shadow Fortress for fodder, because I'm not really looking for heroes specifically. I could do like an Abyss and try to get some scaries or something. You know what? This account is a PvE account. I might just go balls in and just build the crap out of scaries. Maybe I could do like 250 or whatever, like, the 240 orbs in Abyss. Just go nuts. Try to get some scary copies. Maybe build a couple scaries. You know? I mean, I got the materials for a good scary cheese team. I mean, I've already got the Heart Watcher. I've already got the Bell Rain. You know, get me a couple 2, 3, 4 E3 scaries. I could drop some serious boss damage. Might not be a bad idea. We might do that. That might be something I swap over and start doing a little bit of. Because Scary is kind of a cool unit. I do like the way he looks, even in the skin. But whatever. Not important. Let's go ahead and just pull out the Heroic Miracle stuff we're going to need. Actually, what we're going to do is I'm going to fuse up the Light and Dark 4-stars. Darkness Vanilla, is that your name? It is. I always get them wrong. I don't care. It's not a big deal. Let's go ahead. Boop, 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 boop. Perfect. Fuse that sucker up. That's one dark hero made. And we'll go ahead and fuse up another one here. That's the wrong button. I want this one. There we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4. I like leaving those because those are always used for your 6-star fusions. If you guys didn't know. This dude here is like super common. These ones also get used a little bit. This one's like using like 1, I think. But primarily these ones. That's what I always use. So let's go ahead and get that fused up. That's our second dark hero made. I did have some in the bag, but I'd rather just leave them in the bag if I don't have to pull them out. Same with Disciple. Disciple's a very common unit for fusions, mainly because it's used in the Divine Spirit fusion, which is really, really common fodder. That's why I really always try to make these guys as 5-stars. It just works. Good lord, I've got a bunch of them too. I got a bunches. Let's go ahead and do like so. And do like so. Delicious. And then let's do it again, and we'll do another Disciple because Disciples make me happy inside. We'll do like so. That works. There we go. So 2 light heroes done, 2 dark heroes done. That part of the Heroic Miracle, L checked off the list. Things are happening. And now we can just pull out the other stuff. So I've got 2 Horuses here. Do I have any other shadows? I do. I have a Kamath. That's all we need. That's 3. Perfect. Let's grab those. Grab both of them. Boom. Shadow done. Fortress. We've got an Ormus. We've got a Valentino. We don't have another Fortress hero. Well, butts. Am I blind? Am I missing something? Don't believe so. I believe we don't. Can I fuse one up? Is that a possibility? Of course it's not. Let's take a sneak peek here and just take a gander. Oh god, we have no 4-stars. Well, we do. We have 3. Obviously 3 is not enough. 3 is not even close to enough. Is there any way I can cheese this to make it work properly? The answer is also no. I mean, I could go nuts and just pull out a bunch of my 4-star shards. I mean, I've got 6,000 of them. Oh, I've also got these. Pull those out. We'll wait on Fortress till the last because now I'm in a pickle there. Not a big deal. We got actually 4 of these. I'm gonna grab out a Cruz here. Boop. Grab out a Karim here because he's food for me, and we'll grab out B-Rog. He's also food. When it comes to the forest units, we've got 3 right here. We've got a Starlight, food. Rosa, food. Dragon Slayer, food. Perfect. And now I think the only we have left is Fortress, right? We'll go ahead and pull out 2 of these suckers. Bang and bang. And we're just going to go and do something a little stupid. We're just going to drop all that. Drop all that noise, because I'm guaranteeing now. That's right. That's right, game. Give me the fusion abilities. Perfect. 5-star created. Is there another way I could have done that? Yes. Did I do it another way? No. And that's what's important. So here we go. Bang. We should be done, right? Yes, we are. Claim all that delicious loot. Give me my orbs. Give me my gears. Give me my Valkyrie copy. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Also, with the addition of E5 on the horizon, before winter, they say, so that could be anywhere from now until winter, but, you know, whatever. Might not be a bad idea to start stashing up on some extra copies if you're already at E3. So my Horus, I've got enough to E3 Horus here. Might you start copying holding on to a little more copies of him. I've already got an extra Shia copy and an extra Sigmund copy. I don't know if they're going to require copies, what it's going to actually cost to make those things a reality. So just to be on the safe side, if you do get a duplicate like my Valkyrie, I just pulled a Valkyrie from the Heroic Miracle event, maybe don't use it as food right away, just because E5 has been announced to be a thing, so hold on to them just for the time being until it launches. You may not need them, but it's definitely better to be safe than sorry. Trust me. So with that said, I think that's all we really needed to do today. I didn't want to go through and drop a billion orbs. It would take too long right now. And I've got all week to drop tons of orbs. It's going to be a thing, trust me. I've got a double completion on the mini, a double completion on the PvP account, and a triple completion here to do. We've got orbs to drop like you wouldn't believe. It's going to be great. It's going to be fantastic. But with that said, that's pretty much all there was to do today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you liked the video, please make sure, smash that thumbs up button and show your support. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe as well and tell your friends about it, because that definitely helps me out a lot. And I will see you guys in the next one.